The St. Anthony Falls have been a blessing and a curse to Minneapolis. Both a power source and an obstacle. It's a natural wonder that needed an engineering miracle to survive.
Check it out. St. Anthony Falls, an awesome sight to consider. Look at all this water pouring down here. All this power waiting to be harnessed. Now, 100 years ago, when St. Anthony Falls nearly disappeared due to a man-made catastrophe, they not only replaced the falls, but they improved upon them.
Located northeast of downtown, the falls today are really a spillway lock and dam.
Hey, how you doing?
Brad Perkle with the Army Corps of Engineers is getting me unrestricted access into the infrastructure that rebuilt the falls that built Minneapolis.
What does St. Anthony Falls mean to Minneapolis?
The power that you can harness from that waterfall is what powered mills and really brought a lot of people into this area.
In the 1800s, a natural 50-foot cataract in the river meant two things: power and money. By the 1860s, hydro-driven saw and flour mills lined both banks, trying to squeeze every drop out of their precious falls. The city went along with the ambitious expansion plan of local businessman William Eastman.
So in the 1860s, the idea was that they actually tunnel underneath the falls, is that right?
Yep, they wanted to go from a point downstream, upstream.
The plan was to build a mill upstream from the falls on the shores of Nicollet Island. It would be powered by a torrent of water falling down a turbine shaft. Then a 2,000-foot tunnel dug under the riverbed would dump the water back out downstream.
And it got just to a point right around in here, and then it collapsed on it.
As workers scrambled to safety, a massive 90-foot sinkhole formed.
Can you imagine the catastrophe? Gigantic sinkhole into which all that water was pouring for a matter of weeks. You've got a city that's basically depending on this water for everything. All the energy to run the industries that everybody's working in, all that energy is pouring in this sinkhole.
As the monstrous vortex threatened to destroy the falls, locals cobbled together temporary fixes.
So that was the moment and initiation of this decision to concretize, to basically do what we've got here.
Right, yep, that all happened around the same time.
Saving St. Anthony Falls took the Army Corps of Engineers 6 years and 22,000 cubic yards of gravel to fill in the sinkhole and construct the concrete apron we see today. Over the years, the Corps kept making improvements, adding a lock and dam so boats could sail past the falls.
So a barge is coming in right now.
Yep.
What's going to happen here?
Barge is going to come into the lock chamber, and this upstream gate is going to close.
Yeah.
Then they're going to drop this. This is a 50-foot drop. Once that is down to that level, then they open up the downstream gates, and off they go.
Okay.
Around 1 million tons of cargo pass through here every year. This gravel barge locks through every day.
Joe.
Hey, Joel, nice to meet you. Where'd you come from today?
We came from St. Paul, all the way up to Minneapolis, Upper Harbor, and now we're going back to St. Paul.
So you're lowering as I talk to you.
Yeah.
It takes 10 minutes for 9 million gallons of water to empty out of the chamber.
So there you go. Now the door's open on this end. See you later, Joel.
The locks operate 365 days a year, but there's another way past the falls, if you know the right people.
Down we go.
It's not too often that you get to walk inside of a river, not to mention one of the most important rivers in the world. But that's exactly what's happening here. I am literally inside of a waterfall, just beneath it. Had these falls not been repaired, gone would be the power for all those mills. Gone would be the economic engine for this city that would come to pass. I mean, if the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers had not saved St. Anthony Falls, Minneapolis would not be what it is today.
To the earliest explorers, these falls were a deadly obstacle. But both Minneapolis and St. Paul had a genius for taking wild, untamed nature and making the most of it.